Just a quick video for cap replacement on the power supply for your Nintendo 64. I sold a bunch of Ultra HDMI kits with power supply cap kit replacement kits. So this is the video on how to do that. Super easy stuff, honestly. Not really worth making a video of. I'll definitely put up a write-up with some diagrams and whatnot on my website to make it a little easier. If you don't really want to watch a video while you're trying to do it, I understand. I would say this is still kind of not a huge thing yet. The N64 is not old enough for this to be a real problem yet. And once you'll see, once I open one up, I find out there's Nishikon caps in the original power supply. So not likely that you'll need to change those. It does happen that they go bad, but pretty rarely, honestly. The not so much of a surprise was the caps in the aftermarket power supply that I opened, and I really only have the two power supplies on hand right now. I will try to get more of them, like from the different regions and whatnot. The caps in those were really terrible brands, real crap Chinese brands, Chang X and whatever YC was. I can't remember what those all the brands were. Later, whatever is later. So I will also try to do a video soon on cap replacement for the motherboard for the N64. Also, it's pretty well, what's the right word here? It's pretty well established that it's not necessary to do this yet. And for the most part, I would agree, but I had a lot of experience with surface mount electrolytic caps failing. You know, Turbo Duo happens all the time, and you're going to be in your N64 to do this mod. So if you've got the heat sink off the chips, now's the time to change those caps. That's my feeling anyway. You're not going to hurt it, you know, and it's only going to cost you like I think it's going to be like $5 or $10 for the kit to do the caps. And I'm going to replace as many as possible with ceramic caps instead of just putting more electrolytics back in there. There might be one, or I think there's going to be like 5, I think, that you have to stay electrolytic. 4 of them are analog outputs, composite video, chroma, or not chroma, maybe luma, and right and left audio. And then there is one cap on V-term, whatever that is, that Marshall says relies on the ESR of the electrolytic cap to make the voltage stable. So we might have to keep that one electrolytic as well, but the rest of them I'm going to take to ceramic. Very easy to replace. Matter of fact, I've already done that video just for a trial run of it. It was on Retro RGB's N64 actually. Came out great, you know, and those caps will never leak. That's the thing with the surface mount electrolytic caps is they're going to fail eventually, sure, but it's a slow death, and as they die, they leak electrolytic fluid, and that fluid will eat traces. You know, and on these boards that may be 4-layer, I'm not sure if the N64 is or not, it might be, but the traces are very tiny, and everything is surface mount on this, so repair is very difficult. So why not replace the caps while you're in there? You know, that's my thoughts. If I get that cap kit together before I ship Ultra HDMI kits, I might make it so that anybody that bought an Ultra HDMI kit before there was an option to buy the motherboard cap kit, I might somehow make it to where you can get one. It may not even be on my website. It might just be like, well, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I don't really want to be bombarded with emails yet because it's not quite done. So anyway, we'll go on to the power supply cap replacement. Super easy stuff. All right, so this is one that I dug out of my box of parts. I'm not even really sure if this thing even works anymore. But we've got 2 screws on the bottom, security bit. I believe it's 4.5mm security bit. The kind that opens top loader, SNES console, stuff like that. There we go. These caps all look pretty good, and they are Nishikon. That's actually pretty surprising to see that they are a good brand. Honestly, that means, to me, that means that the cap kit may not be as necessary right now as I originally thought. I've got another power supply I'm going to look at too. That's a one of those aftermarket ones. It most definitely will not have name brand stuff into it, but it may not have the same caps either, which is what I'm worried about. So we got our. Mostly what I'm curious of is the physical size of the caps, and if there's any board revisions that won't have the same caps on them. Okay, here's what I'm looking at. This is where it says zebra right here. This is the one. This is the one thing that I found on Console 5's site. That's the only description I've seen for the board was the zebra boards, and I think all North American or US boards are this zebra board. So yeah, I don't really know that we're going to have too much problem with these Nishikons, but I'll definitely get them off there and check them out. Alright, for cap removal, desolder gun's a little overkill. This is my trusty Heiko 808. They don't make these anymore, but you might be able to find them on eBay or whatnot. The new one is the Heiko FR300, I believe. But you could probably just get away with heating each leg and rocking the cap out. There you go. Those are 100 microfarad, 200 volt cap. Big one. It's too bad they're not marked better on the bottom. They are, it's just not super well marked. Come to think of it, that cap doesn't even really have its designation down there, does it? These are kind of off to the side, if they're correct. I believe that's C4. That was C2. C4 is a 56 microfarad, 35 volt. C20 is our 47 microfarad, 35 volt. Ouch. Burned myself a little bit there. C17, 270 microfarad, 10 volt. Well, that looks bad, but it doesn't hurt. It's just dirty. Sometimes it helps to just twist it as you're pulling it out. Also, cutting them flush really helps too, because they bend the legs over and then solder them and then cut them. So C12, 330, 25 volt. And looks like C16 will be our last one. And that is our 1800 microfarad, 10 volt. So 6 caps. Yep, that's all the electrodes. super easy. Alright, so the caps that I bought, first one I was going to try, obviously, the 100 microfarad 200 volt. Man, look at the size difference. That thing is, that's a good 50% larger, taller. It's funny because it's the same brand. Well, no, it's not. This is a different brand. KMG. That was not coming to mind right away. United Chemcom, maybe. So these are marked with a little circle. And that would be your negative side. And the negative is the shorter leg. I'm just going to trial fit this one. I don't really care if it's soldered down just yet. Just want to make sure it still fits, because it is now taller than everything else in here. It may not work. I'm going to say it's too tall. That's a good thing I'm finding that out now. Yeah, it's already hitting the top shelf, so I'm definitely going to have to do a different cap there. And let's try the other ones. See, because like this one right here, tall and skinny. And the one, the replacement I have for it is not the same. So 1800, that looks identical. Other than the color of them are different. That's kind of weird. These are sourced from Mauser. Of course, these are much older, so who knows? I'd say that one is safely within reason of height requirement. Alright, so I'm already got the screws out of this aftermarket one. Now, I don't remember. I think this must have come with some N64 that I bought. I don't really see a brand name anywhere. I don't know if that's the model, the actual model. It says model number N64. Obviously, that's not right. E159249. I'm not sure. But the screws, man, these things are junk. I don't know if somebody else tried to get them out and stripped them, or if they're just already really worn down. It's quite possible somebody else just stripped them. But anyway, yeah, we definitely don't have the same caps. In fact, we have one extra on this board. In fact, it's actually screwed down. There's another screw there. Let's see, 33 microfarad, 400 volt. Oh my god, that is nowhere near the same. God, are they really getting 400 volts there? That just seems like overkill. 4750 CE2. Let's see, CE3. Yeah, these are not. What is later? This one says something else. Chang X. So CE3 is a 2.250. Let's see, 4. It's like 1,000 microfarads, 16 volt. I don't see a company name other than YC. I don't really know. Let's see, CE5. It's like another chain X. Yep. 1 microfarad 50. CE6, another Chang X. 470, 25 microfarad. 7, another Chang X. Another 470, 25. And yep, CE8 is another 1,000, 16 volt, whatever YC is. So definitely gonna have to have a separate cap kit just for this thing. And this is actually the one that I use for testing right now because I believe my original one was not working. Interesting. ZDHY 1233. If that's the model number of this board or not. I mean, I don't really recommend this power supply. I mean, just look at that crustiness. Oh, that is just awful. I mean, it's just a power supply, so how badly designed could it be? As long as we get some good caps in there, it would probably make it last a lot longer. So I guess we'll be adding a second cap kit to the options for the website. Alright, C17 was our 270 microfarad. This thing is very short comparatively. The new one is. These all are that one doesn't say Nishikon. I think I had to get a Panasonic for this one because I tried to get all 105C and low ESR, low impedance, whatever caps. So it looks like I was able to get mostly Nishikon, but this one I had to get Panasonic. Does it say on there? Yeah, Panasonic. I don't think we're going to have any problems with that one. It's crazy that some of these are smaller than the original. And they're the same. Same specs. Alright, let's see, the C12 again, very tall. And the new one is more fat. No, same diameter, much shorter. It's crazy that the 100 microfarad 200 volt one that I bought was so much different. Alright, C12. Definitely no problems there with that one. I wasn't actually expecting any problems, but let's see, C4 and C20. Could not find 47 microfarad and 56 microfarad 35 volt caps cheaper than I could just get a 100 microfarad cap 35 volt. But they are a little bit bigger, it looks like. As far as diameter, yeah, but where they're going, I don't think it's going to matter. And I might be wrong. I have to come at that one at a different angle, maybe. For C20, it doesn't matter. looks like for C4, I've come in at an angle here. I'm kind of trying to pull down with the legs from the bottom. Yeah, once it's down there, it's fine. It's not that much bigger round, make that much difference. You can see the red. I've tried to highlight that. I'm going to try to take a picture with the caps out. I guess it doesn't matter if they're out. I just wanted to take a picture of it so for installation right up on the website it's a little more clear than this video if it's not quite clear in the video. There we go. So, looks like I got some reordering to do here. So we can get that cap put back in there instead of using that thing. Ugh. Horrible. But for the aftermarket one, which I know this one is, oh, I just can't think of the company that made this. Maybe I'll flash it up here on the screen. I'm going to say this one is pretty ubiquitous. This is the one that you'll end up getting if you don't buy an original power supply. And yes, it's full of old crappy capacitors that I would not trust. So we'll definitely get a kit for these as well, because if this is what you use, and if you're anything like me, you definitely want to replace these. But same process. I've already named off the caps. I'll get a write-up guide posted on my website for this as well. I don't have, I think there's two other ones. I think there might be one for Europe and maybe one for the UK. I think that's it though. I'm not sure. What research I could do on this, it just showed one guy had opened up 3 different ones from 3 different regions of the world. And of course I don't have those. So if I end up doing more videos or having more cap kits available, it's because of that. I might have to buy some or have somebody in those regions send me that power supply just so I can do this. But pretty easy stuff. Alright, so I took a couple more minutes to actually look at what was for sale on eBay, and I found 5. We got Hydra, Hyperkin, a No Name, a Yobo, and a Retrobit. And Retrobit was the only one that actually took the extra step to silk screen their logo onto it that I could see. I couldn't actually get a bunch of pictures of each one on there, but it seems pretty obvious that they're all selling the same power supply and just putting it in their own boxes. And what's funny is you can still buy them brand new. I think it wasn't in a box or anything, and it was just over here in Ohio. Something about I can't remember the name of the seller, but it was only $9, brand new, free shipping. You know, I mean, obviously you should try to find a working original one so you can get the Nishikon caps. But if you want to try to save your shitty one, then put some new caps into it. What I'm really thinking is, just because there's so many of them, that there might be a lot of revisions and there might not be a way to track them all. I would like people to open theirs up and send me pictures, possibly leave comments of what you find inside of it and whatnot. But there's a good chance that I'm just not going to offer a cap kit for the aftermarket ones because they're so cheap. You know, spending $5 on a cap kit for a $9 power supply doesn't really make a lot of sense. Although getting an original one still expensive and way better an option in my head. Getting one with Nishikon caps in it, you know, original, proven power supply is the way to go. So I didn't show it, but I did actually check the original Nishikons that I pulled from it, and they were all still in spec. But I still would like for people to open up their power supplies, whether the original aftermarket, and let me know if they match what I found. The one thing that was different was console 5 had his listed, which is a different model number than the Zebra board that I have. C20, I think, on his was a 220 6.3 volt. So I have ordered enough caps for both of those revisions for my customers. So in the future, I might have some kind of option to buy one or the other, depending on which one you have. But if there's other ones out there, I want to know soon. So yeah, no surprises. If you are in a region where your power supply is different, please notify me. Open it up, see if it's different. Pretty sure there's at least 2 other ones, original power supplies that are different than the US version. And I wouldn't mind having those to do a video on, just to show people how to do it if they want to order a cap kit. And I'm sure the actual numbers are different as far as the cap sizes as well. So it'd be nice to have an option for that cap kit for the different regions as well, but I don't have the numbers, so I need to get them. Let me know.